Abid, Abid.
Sepal is just green colored. The sepal is the green colored structure, okay, which are present below the flowers, okay. And the carpel, this is nothing else but this is the female reproductive part. The gynoecium or the carpel, this is the female reproductive part of the plant. Carpel contains the ovary, the style, and the stigma. Just now I have shown you the picture of fertilization, wherein I have told you what is the androecium and what is gynoecium. So fertilization takes place in the female part. We have seen that in the ovary, the fertilization happens. Okay, the pollen tube, it passes through the style, it goes into the ovary, and there the pollen, the male gametes from the pollen are released and it fuses with the egg cell in the ovule. So fertilization will happen where? In carpel, not the filament, not anther, neither the sepal. All these first three options are wrong. Okay, option D is the correct answer. Right? Any doubts?
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the other name for carpel?
Gynoecium. It's gynoecium. Okay.
Okay.
What is the answer?
So answer is D. This is the female reproductive part. So fertilization occurs in the female reproductive part, not in the male. Okay, from the anther, the pollen grains will be produced, and these pollen grains, they will fall on the stigma. From the stigma, the pollen grains pass into the style. From the style, it goes into the ovary. and from the ovary, ovule. Okay, wherein the egg cell will be present. So there the fertilization happens. Clear?
At carpel?
Carpel is only, that's what I'm saying. Carpel or gynoecium, one and the same. That is the female reproductive part.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. So let's move on to the next question. One of the following happens after fertilization. After fertilization, what happens? Ovule develops into a fruit. Ovary develops into a seed. Ovule develops into a seed, or ovary develops into a stem.
Start. All are saying C.
Good. This also just now, before 5 minutes only, I've explained it to you. When you were saying fertilization, I told you also.
Can I explain?
Who is it?
Adam, I think Adam was saying something.
Yeah, please explain.
Okay. After fertilization, ovule develops into seed, but and ovary develops into fruit.
Very good, correct. Okay, so I hope this question is clear to all of you. All of you are very clear with the answer. All of you have given the
Yeah.
answer as C, option C only, right? There were no mixed
Mhm.
answers for this.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes.
good, very good. So let's move on to the 9th question now. Photosynthetic organisms obtain their carbon from, okay, soil, methane, carbon dioxide, or organic molecules. From where do these organisms get the carbon?
Start.
C.
C, D, C, D. Okay. Nice.
C. C.
You need to type, don't say. No problem.
Okay.
Yes, Alazar, you said D. Can you explain why D? Alazar? Alazar? Okay, no problem. Favan, you said C. Can you explain, Favan, why C?
Because the plants that produce photosynthesis use carbon dioxide as raw material, and they take the carbon from it. That's why.
Okay,
Right,
okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah, it's captured by the leaf of the plant through the. It's captured by the leaf of the plant. It's the main source of carbon and oxygen and glucose.
Yes, ma'am. You can take it from
Yes,
me.
Kevin, you are absolutely correct. So carbon dioxide. So photosynthetic organisms, it's mentioned to you. So photosynthetic organisms, their basic requirements to perform photosynthesis is carbon dioxide. So from the carbon dioxide only, they can absorb the carbon. Okay, not the organic molecules here, because these are photosynthetic organisms. Our answer will be option C. Okay.
Great. Nice, everyone.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. All of the following are indigenous plants in Ethiopia except Podocarpus, sugarcane, acacia, or hegenia.
Start.
Mr. I can't see the question.
What? What, Natoli?
I cannot see the question.
You can't
How
see
come
the
everybody
question.
can see the question? There is some problem at your end. Just wait, you will see the question, okay? Maybe internet problem.
Can I explain it?
Yeah, please go ahead. Who is it? Oh, first tell your name, please. Before saying, just say your name, okay? Yes, explain, please.
Who was that trying to explain?
Hello?
I think indigenous plant. My name is Adam.
Yes.
Adam, okay, yes. Explain.
Indigenous plants are plants that adapt to the climate.
That is, what do you say? That is?
That adapted the climate of a
Okay, that are adjusted to the climate of the particular place you mean to say, right?
yeah.
Nice.
Yes, okay. Yes, who else was saying? Somebody was saying?
Can I answer?
Yes,
Plants
Nat-
are those plants native to given locality.
Yes,
Nice.
the native plants of the given locality. So in Ethiopia, all of them are native except one. Okay. So that I think all have given the answer for this question. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nati, what is your answer?
I say it's C.
C, acacia. Okay. And what about Mahi? Mahi, what's your answer?
B.
Okay, good. Sugarcane. So Mahi, your answer is correct. Sugarcane is not an indigenous plant of Ethiopia. Okay, whereas the rest of them, okay, Podocarpus, Acacia, and Hegenia, these are all the indigenous plants in Ethiopia, which are the natives to this country. Okay, they are adjusted to the climate. They are native to this country, except sugarcane. Sugarcane is not the indigenous, but it's exotic. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Yes, test for starch in variegated leaves shows the importance of. Okay, test of starch in the variegated leaves. It shows the importance of what? Sunlight, oxygen, water, or chlorophyll.
Start. मैम आपने अपने क्वेश्चन बनाए क्या?
बनाए सर 15 के बाद है.
अच्छा 15 के बाद है.
हाँ.
नहीं तो अभी ये काम कीजिएगा, आप उस पे आ जाइएगा आप, ठीक है?
अच्छा ठीक है.
हाँ ये बाद में कर लेंगे, देखते हैं उसमें कितना ये लोग टाइम लेते कि नहीं. हमें चाहिए कि थोड़ा टाइम लगे क्योंकि ये सब रटे हुए हैं ना ये लोग.
ओके ओके.
हाँ. Okay, nice to see A, D. Great. Okay. Yeah, so let me ask this time. Fikir, you said D. Why D, Fikir? Fikir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, explain please.
So the reason why I say the chlorophyll is chlorophyll has a responsibility for the process of photosynthesis. So we include starch in the process of photosynthesis. So that's why I say the D chlorophyll.
Correct, Vicky, you are right. Chlorophyll is if you want to test the importance of chlorophyll, if you want to prove that chlorophyll is yes required for the photosynthesis process, we can test for the starch in the variegated leaves. Okay, because the variegated leaves, just now you have seen the video also, it has some areas which contain the chlorophyll, some areas do not contain the chlorophyll. So where there is chlorophyll, starch will be prepared, and with the iodine you can test for it. Okay, those green areas will become blue-black, and the areas which do not contain chlorophyll, they don't change the color. So this is telling you about the importance of chlorophyll. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
What is starch?
Starch is the food which is prepared by the plant. Okay, the type of a carbohydrate which the plants prepare. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
The answer
Now
is D. Huh?
The answer is D, yeah. Now I want the answer. Mosses belong to mosses. Angiosperms, gymnosperms, or non-flowering plants, or monocots?
Start. Okay, great. B, C.
Can I explain it?
1 second. Who is this? Please tell your name first.
Adam.
Adam, nice Adam. Yeah, please explain.
The all are angiosperm is flowering plant. Gymnosperm also is another part of flowering plant. Monocot is a classification of angiosperm, but mosses is non-flowering plant.
Very good. Well done. Absolutely correct. I have shown you even the classification of the plants. Okay, the spore producing and the seed producing. So in the spore producing, we have seen mosses, algae, okay, and the ferns. These all mosses, other name is liverworts also. Okay, so these three, ferns, mosses, and algae, they come under the category of spore producing plants. Angiosperms, gymnosperms, they are the seed producing plants, and the angiosperms are only classified into the monocots and the dicots. Okay, very good. So now let's
Answer is
let's
C,
see.
right?
Ma'am, I
Yes,
have a
of,
question.
yes.
When you say a spore during plant, does it mean a non-flowering plant?
What is your question? Will you please repeat?
When you were before, when you classify the plant chicken, you classify it into spore bearing and seed bearing. Does
Yes.
spore bearing plant mean non-flowering plant?
Yeah, because they don't produce the flowers, so we can call them as the non-flowering plants also. Okay, they don't contain the flowers. They don't contain the seeds. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
So we
thank
can
you.
call them as the non-flowering plants also. So the right answer for this question is C.
I have
Okay.
a question.
Yes.
Is the gymnosperm and the non-flowering plants, are they different or the same?
Gymnosperms come under the category of flowering plants, but the seeds are naked. Okay, the seeds are not enclosed inside the fruit. They are open. Okay. Yeah. Gymno means naked. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the difference between angiosperm and gymnosperm?
In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed. Okay, in the fruit. Okay. Whereas in the
Okay.
gymnosperms, the seeds are naked. They are open. That is the main
Okay.
difference between angiosperms and gymnosperms.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Our next question. Which of the following plants is an example of dicot? Sunflower, wheat, barley, or corn? Which is a dicot? You have to answer.
Start. Okay, a lot of people answered A. Nice.
Good.
David, can you say why is it A? David?
Because sunflower it is dicot, but wheat, barley, and corn are monocot.
Okay, David, can you tell me what do you mean by dicot? What is the meaning of dicot?
That have one coat.
In dicots, the seeds have only one cot.
Yeah,
And in monocots,
Can I explain?
that have two.
monocots have two. What do you mean by mono?
Monocones that have two leaves or cotyledons.
Seeds that have two cotyledons.
All of you listen and mute yourself. There's some disturbance. Everybody please mute. See the term itself, dicot. Di means two. The meaning of di is two. So if there are two cotyledons in the seed, it is called as a dicot. David, please mute yourself. And monocot, mono means one. Mono, the meaning of mono is one. Okay. So monocot means if there is only one cotyledon in the seed, that is called as a monocot. And if there are two cotyledons, that is dicot. So from the name itself, you'll understand di means two, mono means one. So sunflower is the right answer. Sunflower is a dicot, whereas the rest of these cereals, wheat, barley, corn, they are all monocots. So the answer is correct, but the meaning of dicot and monocot also you should know.
Okay.
Yes, clear now? Any doubts in this?
Yes. Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
What is the
So
answer?
Miss,
What?
what is the answer?
answer is A, sunflower. Sunflower, I said. Okay. So let's proceed towards the next question. Which of the following is an example of a monocot now? I want an example of monocot. Is it tomato, mint, bamboo, or peas? What is a monocot here?
Start. Okay, Lul. Lul, can you say what's your answer and the reason? Lul, you type C. Why is it C, Lul? Lul, why is it C? Okay, he doesn't want to answer, I think. No problem.
No.
So, Brooke, your answer is B. Can you say why? Okay. I think, ma'am, you answer.
Okay. So the correct answer for this question is option C, bamboo. Okay, bamboo is a monocot. Tomato, mint, peas, these are all dicots. Their seeds contain 2 cotyledons in them. So they are all dicots, whereas bamboo is a plant which is a monocot. The seed contains only 1 cotyledon in it. Okay. So you have to even remember about the examples of monocots and dicots. In your exam, you will be given. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes. Adam, say.
Bamboo is monocot or dicot plant?
It's monocot. I said no, it's a monocot. Okay,
Okay, thanks.
bamboo is a monocot. So for your examination point of view, you have to even remember the examples of monocots and dicots. Okay. So let's proceed towards the next question now.
Miss, I have a question.
Okay, tell.
Okay, Miss, how can a mint can be monocot?
Mint is not a monocot, it is a dicot because the seeds, that seed which is there in it,
I
it
mean,
contains 2 cotyledons. Okay, mint is not under the category of monocots. It shows reticulate venation also. If you have observed the leaf structure, it shows reticulate venation. It has a taproot system. So it's a dicot, it's not a monocot. Okay, there are some differences between monocots and dicots. Monocots have the parallel venation. They show fibrous root system. There is 1 cotyledon, whereas in the dicots we see reticulate venation. They show the taproot system and they have 2 cotyledons in the seeds. Okay, so mint is not monocot, it is dicot.
So the answer is C, right?
Answer is C, bamboo. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now let's proceed towards the next question. Which of the following is the female part of the flower? Stamen, carpel, sepal, or petal?
Start. B, C, B, C, A. Okay, okay. Mixed answers, huh? I think you should, guys, now you should answer correctly because ma'am explained a lot of time.
2 times I think I have explained it to you.
See, children, students, it's very important. We are telling you again and again, okay? And we are taking, ma'am is taking so much effort for you because this chapter is very important for your examinations. Human biology was important. We took 2 sessions. Even plant is very important. So please understand everything very carefully. Okay? You will get a lot
Okay.
of questions. Yes.
Let me explain it.
Yes.
Yeah, please explain.
My answer is B.
What's your name?
Adam.
Adam. Okay, Adam. Yes, tell.
Yes,
My answer
is
is
correct,
B.
Adam. Yes, correct. Proceed.
Carpel is the female part of the female reproductive part of a flower.
Yes.
Sepal is the outer part of a flower.
Okay, outermost part of the flower. Yes.
Petal is the attractive part.
Okay, petal is inner to the sepal. It is located. Okay, inner to the
Okay,
sepal
sorry.
we say. Yes.
Stamen is male part of a flower.
Yes, stamen is the male part. Stamen or the androecium, which contains the filament and the anther. Okay. So
Thank you.
stamen we can also call as androecium. One and the same, stamen, androecium. It contains the anther, the filament. Carpel, gynoecium. It contains the ovary style, the stigma. Okay.
Okay.
Sepal.
Okay.
This sepal, no, there are 5 sepals you find, and that whorl, that outermost layer which contains the sepal, the other name for that is calyx. We call it as calyx. And petals,
Calyx.
which are calyx, CALYX, calyx. Okay.
Calyx.
And Petals, which are the bright colored structures, which you see, the flower, the rose petals you see, the rose, actually what you see, those are the petals which you see. So that layer which contains all the petals, that is called as the corolla.
Okay.
Okay. So calyx, corolla, stamen, and carpel. These are the 4 parts of the flower, and the female part is the carpel. Option
Carpel.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Any doubts? Anybody?
No.
Okay.
Great. So guys, I would just like to ask you, it's 9:37. Sorry, it's going to be 8. So tell me, you want to solve few more questions now?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, how many questions are there more?
4, I think. 4 are there.
Okay, yes. So we'll cover all the 4. Okay, great.
Okay, just a sec.
12. You have to start from 12 se start karna. Yes.
Which one of the following is different from the others? Epidermal tissue, epithelial tissue, conducting tissue, or mesophyll tissue? Which is different from the others?
Start. Okay, B, C, 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 D, B, B, B. Robbie, you just type once, okay? Don't type so many times, Robbie.
Can I explain?
Yes, Adam.
Epithelial tissue is the tissue, the epidermal, epithelial, and mesophyll tissue are the tissue of a flower. Conducting tissue is a tissue of animal part. Conducting tissue connects two parts. Epithelial tissue. Sorry.
Adam.
Can
You're
I
a little
answer?
bit confused. Yes, yes, Pavan, please.
Okay, yeah, please answer.
Okay, so the epidermal tissue is a type of tissue that is found in a plant. It helps it protects it so that it won't have any external damage. The conducting tissue is also a plant. It helps it to transport water and photosynthetic products and minerals. And the mesophyll tissue is the tissue that consists of most of the chlorophyll. But the epithelial tissue is an animal tissue that is made up of cells that cover the external part of the surface of the body, such as the mouth, the heart, the liver, and the eyes.
Very good, Pavan. Absolutely correct. You are very right. See, I have shown you even the structure of the leaf. When I have shown you the slide which contains the structure of the leaf, we have seen that there is epidermis. So it contains the epidermal tissue. I told you about the xylem and the phloem, which helps in the conduction of water and the food, I said. So they are nothing else, but they are the conducting tissues.
Ma'am, can we just revise that again? Go to just show the picture maybe again.
Yeah, and mesophyll tissue also I have explained you, mesophyll, palisade, and the spongy. Whereas epithelial tissue we have not seen in the plant. It is found in the animals. Okay, so let us just quickly see
What
that.
is the answer? What is the answer?
B. Epithelial tissue.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just see the structure once again, so you'll understand it. See, I said you the outermost layer in the leaf is the cuticle, and below the cuticle there will be the upper epidermis and there is a lower epidermis. Okay, in between the upper and the lower epidermis we find the mesophyll tissue. Okay, and in the center of the mesophyll tissue, here we find the conducting tissue, the vascular bundle also it is called. Okay, conducting tissue or the vascular bundle means the same. So there are two conducting tissues. One tissue which helps in the supply of water, and the other tissue which helps in the supply of food.
I have a question, Miss.
Yes.
Connecting tissue is for plant or for animal?
For plants. Okay, plants conduct the water and the food. Okay, animals, they do not prepare their own food. Xylem helps in the conduction of water. Okay, from the roots, the plants absorb the water. Okay, from the roots, then what happens? The water goes to the stem. So in the stem, there will be the tissues called as the xylem. Okay, through these xylem tissue, it conducts the water and the water is supplied to the entire plant. And then in the leaf, the food is prepared. So from there, the phloem carries the food to the other parts of the plant. So phloem is the food conducting tissue. Xylem is the water conducting tissue. They are the conducting tissues, or we can also say them as the vascular bundle. Okay, and mesophyll tissue, I said you there are two types, palisade mesophyll and the spongy mesophyll. Okay, palisade mesophyll has a number of chloroplasts which are compactly arranged, whereas the spongy mesophyll has a number of air spaces, gaps between that. Okay, and on the lower epidermis, we find the stomata, which are protected by the guard cells. Okay, clear?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Yeah, the plants, the leaves of the plant appear green because chlorophyll reflects green light, absorbs green light, reflects blue light, or absorbs all light.
Start.
Can I
Yes, yes, yes. Please go on, explain. Who is this?
I think Adam only was saying.
Yes, chlorophyll, the leaves of a plant appear green because of absorb green light, absorb all lights to form a chlorophyll.
No, Adam. They do not absorb the green light. Okay,
Can I?
Yes.
Can I
yes,
explain?
Evan, yes.
Yes.
Yes, Faven.
Okay. So I think that the answer is A, because I personally don't think that it absorbs all light, because there might be some light that it can be incapable of absorbing. It does not reflect blue light, and it does not observe green light. It just observes the light that is given to it, and the light will be reflected green because of the chlorophyll.
Yes. So the chlorophyll reflects the green light. Okay, so option A is the right answer. The chlorophyll pigment, it reflects green light, because of which the leaf appears green in color. Okay, so that is the right answer. Okay, so
let
let's,
me
yes.
guys, this is related to physics a bit. Let me ask you a question. So which is the color that absorbs that can absorb any kind of light?
Black.
Okay.
Black.
Okay, and which is the one which reflects everything?
White.
White.
Okay, great. Yes, ma'am, please continue.
Okay, let's see the next question. What raw materials are needed for photosynthesis? Water and oxygen.
Mister.
Yeah.
I have a question on the convex and concave lens.
Okay, you missed it. We did that 3 days back, so don't worry. We will again do it on Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, answer this question now. Raw materials for photosynthesis: water and oxygen, chlorophyll and sugar, water and carbon dioxide, sunlight and oxygen. What are the basic requirements?
Start. Okay, Yamit says C. Why is it C, Yamit? Heyman says A. Why is it A, Heyman?
I think it is D.
D, sunlight and oxygen. Yes, right? Am I right?
No, it's not D.
Let's see. It's water and carbon dioxide.
It's not D.
Yeah, it's C.
It's C.
Yes,
Can I
Olana.
explain?
It's not D.
C.
Okay,
Yeah.
Olana, please, will you explain?
Because oxygen is a product of photosynthesis.
Okay, oxygen is a product of photosynthesis. And apart from
Water
oxygen, there is
Sorry,
one
and-
more product.
Can I explain?
Yes. Yes, who wants to explain?
Because for photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are needed.
Yes, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. In the beginning itself, I have told you the 4 basic requirements. Oxygen is a byproduct. Okay, oxygen is produced. So in 2 options, you can see oxygen. Here in the option
What are
D
the
also
4
oxygen is there.
requirements?
What?
What are the 4 requirements? or material
carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. Okay. And at the end of photosynthesis, starch is produced and oxygen is also released. Okay. So now let's see the last question for today.
Okay.
The plant organ that supports the plant body and carries the nutrients between the different parts of the plant is the root, the leaf, the stem, or the collenchymas?
Start. Okay, a lot of people are saying A, C. C is being said by most. Okay, nice. Yeah, Brooke, you said C. Why?
Because of
Okay, Brooke, your answer is correct. It's C only, stem. Can you give a little bit explanation about it? Why
I
not?
can give an explanation.
Why not
because it's
root?
the strongest part of the plant. In this case, all of the leaf, the flower,
Okay.
and other parts.
Yes,
Well,
stem
that's
bears
all the
all the
parts.
other. Yes, stem bears the branches, stem bears the leaves, it bears the flowers and the fruits. Whereas the roots are under the ground and their work is to absorb the water and the nutrients. Okay, and the leaf is the food factory, it prepares the food. Okay, collenchymas, we don't have to, it's not a part or an organ of the plant. Okay, these are the three main parts: the root, the leaf, the stem, and the branches. So option C is the right answer for it. Okay, I hope everyone is clear. No doubts in all these 20 questions which we have discussed till now.
What is collenchymas?
Collenchyma is also a type of a tissue. Sclerenchyma, collenchyma, and parenchyma. These are the three types of tissues which are found in the plants. Okay, it is a type of a tissue.
Okay.
Okay.
What does it do?
Its function is in the preparing the building the other nutrients for the plant.
Okay.
It provides support also to the plant. We will be studying when you study about the types of tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. All these tissues we'll be studying about them.
So does it like prepare minerals?
Not exactly minerals, but it provides support to the plant.
Okay, great. Nice. Can you unshare the screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So today again has been fantastic and lot. Hi everyone. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah. So lot of new people have answered. Fantastic. We have Viosas, Mathina, Nati, Alazar, Faven, Brooke, Fikir, Adam, Lul, right? A lot of new people. So tomorrow morning, again, before you wake up, I will combine the scores and send you.
Mister, what is the Telegram channel that you're going to send us the scores?
Sorry?
By what channel are you going to send us the score? Are you going to send us the scores over?
I will send you by say morning 7 a.m. Okay.
No, I'm saying on what application? Like, are you gonna send the scores on Telegram?
WhatsApp and Telegram. You are there about. Are you there in our WhatsApp group, Faven?
No, I'm not.
Okay, tell me your number. I'll add you. What's your number?
Wait. Instead of WhatsApp, can I join the Telegram?
Yes, I send it on both the platforms, on WhatsApp and Telegram. Are you there on Telegram?
No, wait. On what channel? Did you send on the grade 7 channel?
Just search on the search bar by saying Learn 365.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, because because you have to be a part of the group to qualify. And Faven, you're doing well, so be a part. So join today itself. Okay, don't delay it. Okay.
Mister.
Yes, tell me. Yes, who is it? Tell me. Okay, guys. Now, as we all are learning pretty fantastic, so what I will do is I will just let you know the schedule. So tomorrow and day after, that is Thursday and Friday, we will have chemistry. And again, very important topics we'll cover. Okay. And
Sir,
Saturday we'll be having mathematics.
Okay.
Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
How about tomorrow?
Saturday.
How about tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow we will be
Me
having.
too.
Yeah, one second. Tomorrow we will be having chemistry, and day after tomorrow we will be having chemistry again. Okay. Now, guys,
Okay.
can you see my screen? There is something that I want to show you in maths trick.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just showing you what, see, apart from your syllabus, it is very important that you learn shortcut tricks in mathematics. Okay. So on Saturday when we start mathematics, I will teach you 2 tricks, very simple. So if I give you any 2-digit number, okay, and you have to multiply it by zeta, okay, 99, you can get the answer in 5 seconds. Same is with this 3-digit number, multiply by 999, you can get the answer in 5 seconds. I will teach you that. And you know this, if I tell you to multiply a 2-digit number, you can multiply without using your pen. Yes, you will not use your pen and you will just give the answer. So the answer for the first one I can give you, it is 274. I have not used the pen. The second one, okay, let me take another number, okay? Maybe I've written it. Let me take as 2131. Okay, so the answer for this, the third number that you see is 651. So how many seconds I took? The answer is 651. I just took 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm just showing you because we will learn the shortcut trick on Saturday. Stay tuned, everyone. Are you excited for this, guys? Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
after you learn this, you can just tell your friends that, hey, can you do this in 5 seconds, in 3 seconds? And they will say, no. Then you can tell them, let me show you a way. Right?
Right.
Yes.
Guys?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So stay tuned. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will do chemistry. But after that, on Saturday, we will have a good session on mathematics again. Okay?
Mr.
So I will publish a score tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Sleep tight. Ciao. Bye. Betama masagnalo.
Okay. Bye.
See you. Bye. Tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Faven, join the group immediately.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Bye.